right. Good evening, Brian. Let's hope we have our best case yet, right? Okay, everybody. Tonight we've got ourselves. This is the third total case of Game of Thrones: The Great Houses. First case was a Facebook break, and then Wednesday nights was the first Blowout break. And this is the second Blowout case. There we go. Let's hope we can tear through these quickly. Let's get ourselves backed up. Party was good. These last couple of weeks of the year, they're non-stop get-togethers. How about you? You do anything special for the holidays? All right. Relic, and don't feel any soft sleeves. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna tear through these as quickly as possible. Um, Base cards and the 4 easy insert sets. They're gonna. I'm not even gonna bother to show them. The only ones I'm pulling out, besides the obviously the rare stuff, are just the saga, because I haven't had a chance to sort any of them yet. Yeah, for Thanksgiving we went. Oh, first autograph. Thanksgiving we went over my wife's aunt's house. Hey, Rob. Oh, so you couldn't really notice the eyelet? I was hoping it'd be pretty obvious. Um, they're on my other table here, all the cards, but I did not notice any numbering. Is it hand numbered or stamped? Like the poster cards are stamped, but the dragon glass that we pulled in the case the other night was hand numbered. I want to pull one of those quad sign cards. putting that over there. Um, Pretty sure that's a autograph relic in that pack. At least it feels like another relic. The one thing with that quad, and I think it was you that posted, somebody had posted about saying that they said it was numbered out of 50, but then somebody else posted and said it wasn't. Not sure. I mean, because numbered out of 50, I mean that's not terrible for something like that. Oh, okay. Ah. Autograph number 2. All right, then I guess I did not feel what I thought I felt. I mean, that feels rigid. Nope. One, two. Just my imagination. The only boxes I've seen with 3 relics are when one of them is an autograph relic. All right, we start with WR5. Are you asking me that, Rob? NH is in New Hampshire? This is actually kind of neat. This one here. QC7. It's a Mira relic. And the threads, I don't know if it's going to focus, but I mean, you can see this one thread here. Actually, it's hanging out. And then there's another thread over here that's hanging out. That's kind of cool. Not sure about in the second case. Definitely in the first case, the her relics had lots of. Oh, I just squeeze this into one of the thinner ones. I gotta be honest with you, Rob. I don't know what you're talking about there. Here's our case topper. Hey, we got a different one. Got House Stark here. CT3. The first two were both uh, CT1. All right. First autograph, Brennick O'Connor, Legacy version. And Joseph Alton, one of the golds. So we didn't get this one in the first two cases. We definitely had gotten that Brennick O'Connor before. relic. Nope, not a relic. This one, relic. And don't feel any soft sleeves. Not that area, but I have a cousin who lives in Jackson, New Hampshire. I don't know where those two areas that you mentioned are. No, and then my sister lives in northern Massachusetts, Tewksbury. There's first autograph already. I did not see who it was. Probably our biggest connection to anywhere in that area in general is we love to go visit Maine. We were up there in the end of July. Actually, the end of the summer, I went all out. It was my wife's 50th birthday. Don't say that out loud. And I took her to Nantucket for the weekend. Yeah, but the New England area is great in the summer. I love it. Hey, Vinny. We're only on the second box, so nothing yet. I'd say the only thing in the first box is we got a gold Joseph uh, Alton. So he was new to the so far to what we opened. And the mirror relic is kind of neat. It's got like threads all hanging out of the window, the relic window there. So that's kind of cool. But that's it so far. I did see your message, by the way, Vinny. I'll take care of that for you. All right, let's mix it up and do one of the relics. They are definitely heavy on the ladies in here with these relics. R3. There's another Mira. Yeah, I mean, well, that was our joke. Another autograph right there. That was our joke. That Shea dress. There's got to be. I don't know how they could get that many relics out of that one dress. However many more they made. Russell, how are you, buddy? Haven't heard from you in a while. You know, after the Philly show, I was reorganizing um, some of my stuff down here, and the people that are in the mail service, I have the some shelving on the back wall with everybody's with their boxes, and I still have those cards of yours from what was that? Star Wars 206, VR 28, Caitlin Stark. One of these days you'll get them. Well, honestly, the breaks have been few and far between. Let me start with Trixabel Harrowell. Oh, that's good. If you remember, if you could send me a message, whether email or Facebook Messenger, just so I don't forget, much appreciated. Oh, this is a better one. And however you pronounce his last name, Ramin Djawadi, the composer. Russell, that's an oxymoron. Cheap and Marvel, especially now with Fanatics. Once I got my chair dropped. I mean, I tried doing the She-Hulk break because I think that's the only cheap stuff you're gonna get is the last of the upper deck. Oh, that is not a relic. That's not a relic. That one. Relics are always the bottom. And don't feel any soft sleeves. Well, I did an Eternals. Was it Eternals? Oh, autograph already. I'm trying to remember now. What? I think it was Eternals. I did a break on Blowout. Maybe beginning of October, end of September. But that's why I had put up She-Hulk because we had done on Facebook. We did two Eternals, and I can't remember if the Shang-Chi break was Blowout or Facebook. All right, that feels like a relic. You know, the what if stuff, that's actually, I have a personal issue with that. You know, I wish I could somehow get an answer on Chasing Amy. There's no way it's ever going to be made. And I honestly, but the crazy thing is that Blowout isn't the only one that still has it up. It was either Steel, either Steel City or David Adams. They also still have it listed. But the fact that they put out that other set and then didn't go to another manufacturer. So I mean, there's no way it's going to be made. I feel like it's been even longer. Though the real joke is that, you know what? Just say we just cancel and everybody gets their money back. That'd be the best ROI on a case of cards in a while. I'm pretty sure it's pre-pandemic. Oh my goodness. So it's closing in on 7 years. So I could probably go drive up to whatever the name of that comic book store is up in North Jersey that Kevin Smith owns, and hang around there for a little bit and get autographs from two or three of the people, and then come back and just give those to the people that are in the break, and it'd be just as good. I know they say they're there all the time. No, I don't even know where it is exactly. I just know it's in North Jersey. So, I mean, if I had to guess, I'll say it's 2 hours for me. Hour, close to that. New Jersey is not a very large state. Had it mixed up. That's an autograph. WR7. What's that? The guys from that comic book store? QC10. Gethin Anthony quotable. Oh, okay. I didn't see Vinny's post above you. Sorry, I missed that one. Puts a little context in it. And Keisha Castle Hughes, autograph relic. I'm gonna have to make sure I put in. I'm gonna have to amend my will so my wife knows to refund you guys from the Chasing Gamey break when I die. I don't know about that, Vinny. Not to get morbid or anything, I don't think I want to live to be over 100. Autograph. I did see Dick Van Dyke. He's turning 100, or he turned 100. It's either this weekend or it just happened. Yeah, it is. Yeah, sorting the inserts is not going to be fun. We always, it's funny. There's a few people. My wife, she always goes, "God bless them." That's like him, uh, Willie Nelson, Dolly Parton. Um, who was the other one? I'm drawing a blank now. There's one other person. Yeah, but Clint's pretty much is a recluse now. I'm having a total lapse here. Yeah, Spaceballs. Mel Brooks, thank you. That's a relic. At least I think it is. I think Mel Brooks is like 99, and I saw him taking some pictures, because of Spaceballs too. There's just some people that, if they stop, they can't stop. That's what keeps them going. But I guess I just haven't been paying attention because I haven't seen Clint. Jeez, that's got to be 2 years now. I feel like. Oh, autograph number 2. So then that means that one's not a relic. I just heard an interview with Frankie Valli. I think that's the most important thing is that he might not still have the chops, but you know his brain's still there. That was those things. It was such a shame, when you would see Tony Bennett at the end. QC 11, Shay's dress. WR9. Or Keith Richards. That's kind of amazing is we're 4 boxes in and we didn't get a duel yet. Gemma Whelan Legacy. And Ivalio Dimitrov. We did not get him in the first 2 cases. That was our first sigil autograph. It's amazing though when you look at people like the Rolling Stones that are still, putting out, you know, they're still kicking pretty good. And then who did I see perform? And not saying they were bad, but the guys just can't, you know, they can't keep those notes going anymore. Well, the one thing I will say in this case so far is we've gotten, I'm not saying they're anybody big, but we've gotten 2, autographs that we did not get in either of the other two cases. Um, and then I have a feeling that a lot of these autographs, they have 500 of them, and they're in every case. They're the ones that we'll get shortly. Some of those, the random Dothraki women. So it does make me wonder how common, or excuse me, how um, similar cases are, like you're saying there. Yeah, Axl Rose, Vince Neil. Oof. Autograph number 1. Now that's actually kind of surprising, Gordon Lightfoot, because he wasn't a loud, you know, he's laid back, mellow, folksy guy. It's like I can't stand Jimmy Buffett, but as far as I could tell, he pretty much sounded the same from beginning to end. Like James Taylor. Oh, that's a shame. James Taylor doesn't sound exactly the same as he did, you know. That might be a soft sleeve in there. I can't tell. We'll save that just in case. In general, I've never been much to go to concerts. I would say the last thing I want to do is listen to the song as somebody's screaming in my ear. I'd rather listen to it in a nice pair of headphones or on my stereo. Autograph number 2. They're nobody big in this box. And what kind of stuff, Vinny? I'm curious. I know my wife and I, we try as best as we can. I know the big one is when we go grocery. Well, I do the grocery shopping, but when I go shopping now, it's you stay around the perimeter of the store as much as possible. That's where all the fresh foods are. I think my mom is big on. I don't know if it's the fish oils or the omegas or one of those kind of things. It's supposed to be good brain vitamins and such. Okay, we start with R9, Jon Snow. Oh, wait a minute, that's not the relic one. WR4, Gilly. Nope. You know what? It was a little different. It's a poster. JJ34. Oops. So still no duel. Diobia Operai. And K. Alexander. Yeah, processed sugars, that is my downfall. Let's try one up here. Don't feel any soft sleeves. An Egg McMuffin is the best breakfast sandwich out of fast food place, bar none. And honestly, well, the cheese, is that even cheese that's on it? I mean, it's still, I'm not going to not get the cheese. I don't go there often. If I do get though, I'll only eat half of the muffin. Figure at least I can save a little bit that way. Autograph. I think Vinny needs to send us all grocery lists. He can tell us what we should be buying. But wasn't that the first thing, is that American cheese technically isn't cheese? Or at least compared to, you know, like mozzarella or something. Alright, so right now the best thing we've pulled is the, alright, I think I did it again. Alright, well either there's a third relic or one of those isn't. Let's see that. Yeah, at least we don't buy it. We don't use ice cream, or should we buy ice cream and, you know, keep it in the house. Might stop at a ice cream parlor. Ugh, I cannot talk tonight. Stop at an ice cream parlor sometimes, but yeah, very rarely do we keep it in the house. That's always been our biggest thing, is we can't keep it in the house. All right, so let me see here. All right, I think we have another autographed relic, because these all feel like relics to me. We start with VR20, Arya Stark. Oh, you're definitely a lucky one then, Brian. I bet you do, Vinny. Hey, I think somebody said just above here, DC6, Arya Jon Snow duel. Wasn't this the duel that somebody was calling for? Well, here, I'll do this first, because it's a Finton McKeon. And Ellie Kendrick. No, they are nice. Nope. Yep. Nope. And yep. And still no soft sleeve. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yep. Autograph on top. You know, I keep every time I keep saying this feels like a relic. It is. All right, so it's just weird that the relic is in the middle. So then either I don't think that's a relic. I think I messed up on that. Shay's dress. It's just weird that it's in the middle of the row. Well, considering I've only seen 4 cases opened, autograph. Um, no, I haven't, and 2 of them were ours. But the case that we opened up um, on Wednesday, VR26, Sam. I guess since we got the Dragon Glass autograph, we did not get an Artifacts in that case. Now this one feels a little different, but I'm not feeling the soft sleeve. It just feels thin. Nope. I think on Shay's dress, a couple of them may have like a seam or something. Oh. Huh. Well, now I have to pay attention in the next box. Now I want to hurry up and open up the other box. I did notice that about the collation on the cards, at least the order. Because even though I've got mine mixed up, you know, they'd be in groups. The only thing is they might all have red cards on top, but they're, I mean, I'm not paying as close attention, but they're in, I feel like they're not always in the same spot though. It always used to be that they'd be, in the same spot in the row of packs. But Brian, when you asked about the a case without a sketch, being that there's 39 artists, I just can't imagine that any of these cases are, that's got to be one sketch per case. All right, let's see. Anything? Here's Fola, Evans, Akingbola, Game of Thrones, and a little better, Joe Dempsey. The only thing will be that they didn't guarantee a sketch in a case. So if one's missing, it's just going to be an oh well. Alright, ended up not needing that. Nine, 8, 8, 9. So this is one of the last boxes. Do not feel a soft sleeve. Okay, so let's pay attention now to the cards. So if we have Targaryen on top, which, no, that's Lannister, but it's a red card on top, but it's not a Targaryen, and there is an autograph here. I really don't remember. All right, but anyway, so the autograph was on the top pack of a row that had a relic on the bottom pack. See if I can remember that. But that's only that back row. That would be nice. Or even like the um, the Facebook case. You know, we had the kit, but then we had that duel that was nice. You know, if there was a really solid second card like that, or one of the ones online that I saw, they had gotten the quad. I think it was was it a kit relic or quotable? I can't remember which. And then it also they also had a Maisie full bleed in the case. Well, when you say closest, do you mean closest like to the away from the hinge of the box or the back? Like closest? I'm assuming you mean closest to you when you open it. Because on this one, the autograph was on this back left row. Yeah. So you had the same thing, Brian? That's interesting. Poster 25, and it's number 26 of 75. All right, so that's two of those. It's either two or three in a case. Um, I really don't get that one, Brian. Is that is that something like? Because what is it? They read top bottom. All right, so this would have been the row closest to the sticker on the right, and was either the bottom or second to last. And there's an autograph. Can't see who it is. Oh, right to left. I knew it was something like that. I should know better. My mom's Jewish. QC9 Gilly. And I believe we had the same thing in the one last night. This material is so puffy that the card is really bulging. Well, no eyelid here. R4. Ellie Kendrick. And Isaac Hempstead Wright. Alright, we've got to be due for a little something extra. You know, sketch, artifacts, something. Alright, let's keep these. Those are the two away. These are the two close. And relic is in there. Soft sleeve in here. This is heavy, so I'm guessing that's an artifacts. And was this a relic? And that's okay. Relics are in these two here. Special there. So then autograph is probably in this row. Okay, Targaryen red on top. So I'm not even going to go any further. So we're saying that that's an autograph, right? So I guess in general we're saying bottom packs are where all the hits are. They're probably doing all kinds of artsy things that most people would never see. Okay, red autograph. Oh, that would be awesome. I can tell you, I did not see the autograph, like who it is. The bottom one I didn't see at all, but this one, it's definitely not a duel. All right, let's check out our relics. I say we're going to get another duel. We're really light on the duels. Nope. VR29. Uh, yeah, that was Todd. Uh, Ooh, the best duel in there. DC 13, John and Daenerys. Blue Kate Dickey. Jacob Anderson. I don't know if any of the relics are more rare than others. For the most part, and also since you get two a box, pretty much got almost every relic. Alright, so at least we got one of the better artifacts. AF60, this is numbered 15 of 25. House Lannister. $23.60. Since you're mentioning it, Vinny, there's not quite as low as 200 something. I am curious if 87.30, 9888. Usually they go in runs. There'll be like a couple of boxes of each. 1757. All right. Let's see here. So we'll go relic, relic, soft sleeve, and all right. So either I missed one of these as a relic or one of these is an autograph. And then it was it this one was an autograph in the last box? Or was it this one? I forget now. Oh, definitely not an autograph. Maybe it was this one. Nope. Now let's go. Is that going to be a sketch or a dragon glass? All right, so this should be an autograph. And now that you guys have been saying it, oh, that's right, printing plate. It could be a printing plate. Like I said, I didn't pick it up, so I couldn't feel how heavy it was. So autograph number 1 has Lancel Lannister on the front. Autograph number 2 had, it wasn't Daenerys, was it? But it was a Targaryen. Viserys, however you say his name. Now, if it didn't mess that up and there is one of these as an autograph relic, that'd be 3 for the case. That should do it. Again, it's small sample size, but I haven't seen more than 3 autograph relics in a case. Yeah. Especially, it's been so long since I've seen the show now. You forget how some of the names are pronounced. spelling it and saying it are two completely different things. Yes, this is box 10. Alright, I'll go with this one first. Now the question will be is if there's a Targaryen on the top of an autograph relic. This one is not, and it is not. QC13, Sam. And I feel like Melissa Tarley has been on the top of a relic most of the time. And DC-12, Septa Cersei, duel. I guess they can't have a picture of them walking down the street. And it is still Daenerys on top. I think this is a plate. Too bad it's yellow. House Tully. Well, it's not a quotable. Kid Harington, autograph relic. So if we're going to get one, this will be the one to get. And Raymond Griffiths. We should still be due at least one more solid autograph. And we haven't gotten our sketch yet. Relic, relic, soft sleeve. So maybe we got our sketch. we still have 9 more boxes to go, and I'll just fingers crossed. Like I said, the one case I saw that had the Harrington Relic Auto in it had a full bleed Maisie, and it had the quad. So if things are as predictable as we keep saying, maybe we'll get something like that. All right, so there's Daenerys on top, so that should be an autograph. I think honestly what it comes down to is we've all gotten a little jaded. I mean, if you think about it, we were opening up season 1, and the show was new. The people weren't. I mean, most of the actors weren't huge, and you're pulling everybody in a case, and the cases were also, geez, how much was a case 12 years ago? Was it, $1,200, $900 for a case? And nowadays, you're getting a case of whatever Fanatics garbage, and it's $3,000, and your top autograph wouldn't even pay for, 150 bucks. There's our Lancel. So again, going with the predictable. So Lancel is on top of the one autograph, and Daenerys is on top of the other. And again, that's the thing with Rittenhouse in general. They're the most consistent, in general out of any of the manufacturers. Oh, got a relic. I guess one of these isn't really a relic. VR27. Yes, it is too expensive. I will agree with you there. I think the biggest issue is the 20 box case. It makes no sense. I mean, I don't know how many more Kit Harringtons they have still in stock, in their warehouse. But considering a lot of the other products that they've been putting out, there'll be 5,000 boxes. So this is twice as many boxes. DC 18 duel. Brendan Cowell. I don't even think they should have called them inserts. They should just be part of the set. Call them subsets instead of inserts. Hannah Murray, full bleed. Oh. So, drum roll. What do we have? What do we have? We have 7 of 15. Shea Dragon Glass. Yeah, that would autograph. Yep, autograph. Lancel on top there. I'm still expecting a sketch too. I know we're talking about Rittenhouse here since that's what we're opening, but does anybody remember how much Eternals was when it first came out? Or I guess more the question would be is with the all the upper deck products that have come out in the last couple of years, post, I'm taking a total stab here, and I'm not talking like Black Diamond, but autograph, both autographs were in the same row. That's interesting. So if Eternals was that much, and you got 3 autographs in the entire case, and even then, 2 of them could be junk. You know, if you're going to get, I don't remember all the different autographs, but just to kind of compare it, and if this is $3,000 for, so that's $150 a box. So would you rather have a $115 box where there's a 25% chance you don't even get an autograph, or do you want a $150 box where you're guaranteed 2 autographs and 2 relics? And also the fact that in Eternals, I guess they didn't get the rights from Angelina Jolie, and yeah, but that's how much the cases are now. Art of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know why that we couldn't fill a break when it was $300 a case. It was amazing. But if you open up a box of Eternals and you get one of the boxes that doesn't have a an autograph, say your hit is was one of those plexiglass, that's where the problem comes in. That's what I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the order that everything came out in, but you know, like Ragnarok was a great one. You know, you had all the, I think you had most of the main stars signing, and you had multiple. You know, I think you got, was it an autograph and a relic, or was it an autograph and two relics? Well, I'm not sure, Rob, because I mean I have not checked eBay, but the composer guy, I wonder what his autograph's going for. Oh, there you go. All right, third poster. Still don't have the autograph yet, so that's in one of these last boxes. This is JJ37, 4 of 75. R6. QC15. Now I say that we will we'll hit one bigger full bleed. We'll hit like two duels. I'm not sure, medium tier. Actually, Finn Jones, Gethin Anthony. Stephen Cole. But 8 boxes to go. I say we're going to get a sketch. We'll get another duel. We'll get, you know, one more, you know, we'll get another good hit. Like a Maisie full bleed, something like that. And then I'm still keeping my fingers crossed. Oh, and we'll get a sketch. I'm still keeping my fingers crossed for that quad. When I reach my hand in and grab these packs, I want to feel myself hit that top loader. Soft sleeve there, I think. Pretty sure. Relic. Relic. I agree with you, Vinny. That 50 number, I don't think it was pulled out of thin air, so somebody probably was told that that was how many were made, numbered or not. Oh, we still didn't get our auto poster yet. They should be one a case. Yes, the Valerian Steel was a great set. And speaking of which, if anybody's interested in a Valerian Steel base set, gold parallel set, Denarius reward card, laser cut insert set, lenticular insert set, I have it all that I am going to be putting up on eBay. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. Well, if you talk to somebody about this set, Vinny, let them know that unless they fixed it since yesterday, that the checklist, the case toppers, they have their numberings wrong. Well, that's kind of my thing in general. I'll collect the sets, and then once I collected them, I'm done, and I want to move on to something else to collect. Autograph. Yeah. One thing I was a little disappointed, nothing with this, but Blowout does not think they're going to be getting any Jurassic Park in. was really hoping to open up some Cryptozoic. I mean, they haven't put out much in, well, forever. Assuming that they would be getting, some big signers for that. Laura Dern and Samuel L. Jackson, Jeff Goldblum, people like that. That's exactly my thing, Vinny. I asked my kids, I'm like, hey, which one of these cards do you want? And they are like, none of them. You know what? That is not a. There's no soft sleeve in this one. Nope. It's the other autograph though. WR1. Another cool card with lots of stuff on it. Isn't the big thing though with check out my cards that like isn't there a storage fee? VR19. That's always the thing that got me. If you have a lot of cheap stuff on there, at some point, isn't it cost more than the card? Ah, blue, Toby Sebastian. Sigil, Ricky Champ. I don't think so. That's a relic. So this should be a relic. No. Hmm. Oh, that's a relic. Autograph. I guess the question comes down to, depending on how many cards you sell, or if you're just, I guess it sounds like you're just moving them for credit, and then you just use that credit to purchase. Fix my chair. Use that credit to purchase other cards. I guess the only real issue is if you ever wanted your cards back. Like the paperclip, was it buying a house for a paperclip? Buying a house with a paperclip. Yeah, I guess as long as I'd sell a few cards a month, it would pay for itself. My thing is, I'll have to post my want list again. I need some base cards to finish off some sets, just to be done with them. Oh, that one feels thick. One of the ones I think is a relic isn't a relic again. See, that's exactly the thing I was looking at, is that I see so many of the cards on there that are, you know, 85 cents, and I couldn't figure out how they were, worth having on the site. Yeah, I had a guy want to buy. I have whatever, it was a set of cards on eBay, and he's like, you know, what's the condition? Are the cards minty fresh? I'll buy it right away. I just, I just said no, thank you. Everything was, oh, it's got to have sharp corners and minty fresh. That was his keyword. Now, what do you do with the sub $5 cards, though? That's most of what I have. every couple years when I do a show, most of my inserts and parallels, I'm doing 5 for $1, and even then, a lot of them sit. R8. I wasn't paying attention either, Brian. But it's not just red, it's specifically Lancel and Denarius. QC8. Finbar Lynch. I'm going to run out of soft sleeves. Full bleed. I'm trying to think, did we get, I think in the first case, Sybil Kikili. Well, when I was at the Philly show back in October, there there was a lot of kids, but every one of them just went straight to Pokemon. They didn't care one bit about anything else. There's Lancel. It's insane. The And when I say little kids, I mean I'm just guessing. Say kid was 9, 10, 11, and fancy binders. I mean, it was not just for the fun of it. They were, you know, buying $100 cards. which I know isn't much, except when it's a little kid like that, it's a lot. It was amazing. I mean, amazing to watch them, really going hard for something like that, that kind of cash. Was that all the posts you see with I don't know, whatever the boxes are that are in Costco? I know. Whoop, that's Cersei. And I mean, the blasters, what I would, again, going to Walmart or Target, those blasters, that's what you get for your kid because you didn't care. A couple of parallels in there, you know, a fake relic. I took my daughter out. We went out for Black Friday. It was dead. DC 16 duel. Is that a Tarly relic? We've got a couple of Sams. VR 24. Oh, yeah. Um, she seems to be the top card on one of the relic packs. Uh, now I don't remember who was on top of the other. Were they both Tarleys? They're easy to feel, so I didn't really pay as close attention. Jessica Henwick. And a blue Stas Nair. I have to get another pack of thick, soft sleeves if I can get through all this trash. I've got so many empty boxes all over the place. Okay. The last 5. We're still missing our poster auto, our sketch, and another duel, and I still say we've got another good autograph coming. I don't think the Sybil was it. Oops. Relic in that row. Relic in that row. Oh, maybe not. No, not a relic in that row. Relic in this row. And don't think there's any soft sleeves. Yeah, like we said, Rittenhouse is very consistent, so I don't think we're going to be shorted. Very rare the amount of times I've had to reach out to Rittenhouse for replacements. I know it's not for everybody, but I was a little surprised. I have another break on Blowout that I've been trying to fill for Leaf Red Carpet. It's a super high end product of theirs. With the people that buy so many spots in, there's Lancel in the Pop Century breaks, and it's only 18 cards or 18 items in the case. I was shocked. I think there's only like 2 spots taken so far. not sure if I saw an official checklist. I just saw the sell sheet had a lot of different things on it. Um, I forget that I don't have it in front of me, but it's not 18 cards. It's like 15 cards and then 3 items, and some of those items, which I'm sure there's just one of, looked really neat. There was like an autographed um, Godfather poster, something, there was stuff like that on the sell sheet. And I think there was a lot of like multi-sign things as well. Vinny, you and that math. You're supposed to gamble on emotion, not on math and logic. Is that what makes just regular Pop Century better? Because there's going to be so many things, you have a better chance of at least grabbing something you have an interest in. I got to update the Star Wars break, the Star Trek break. It's got to be pretty close to being full. Been too preoccupied with this stuff. All right, let's see if they're both Tarleys. Nope. That should be, yep. All right. So Yara on the one. There's Shay's dress again. There's a good Stark duel. DC 8. Luke Roberts. Well, if you're going to shy away from sticker autos, you're pretty much just Rittenhouse. Diogo Sales. you feel a soft sleeve? Can't tell. I don't think so. I think it's just a puff in the wrapper. You know, I was gonna do a break of that Dune, but Relic. I was having trouble following. Huh, thanks, Russell. So it's almost there. I had 40, right? Spots. Once I update it, that's my fault. It'll some more people will take spots. I was having trouble following the breakdown and exactly what you get in the case. Sorry. I think one of the better things that, well, first off, it is amazing that Rittenhouse has the the intestinal fortitude to hold on to stuff for as long as they do. The fact that they still had some Leonard Nimoy autographs, and also that they have Patrick Stewart and they got him to sign on regular sized cards again. Yeah, Robert from Rittenhouse wouldn't say how many Nimoys there were, but they weren't. It wasn't. It wasn't like there was only one in the whole product. You know, there was. You have a chance. Still, does he do it over at DeForest Kelly's house? Well, I don't know. Is this a relic? Oh, this one feels. He didn't sign very many in Picard. Right. This feels like an autograph. What do you think? Yep. Oh, can't see the name, but I can tell it's a sigil. I don't know if there's any better people in that version. I mean, we already got our Ricky Champ. like Patrick Stewart and some of his non-Star Trek stuff. This might be the other autograph. It wasn't, yeah. QC 16. Um, I don't think they said anything one way or the other. DC 10. Let's do the sigil first because it's probably nothing. And that is correct. Mark Rissman. If I had to guess, I'll say that, it's probably going to be a typical, what are they usually, somewhere around, say, 600 cases for the, more popular. Finn Jones. All right, we still got 3 more to go. All right, Vinny, just because this is box 246, I'll save it. We can test your theory on the last box, because these other 2 are higher numbers. Maybe that'll be the sketch in that last one there. Yeah, I don't feel any soft sleeves here. Oh, wait a minute. That's a... I'll open a wrapper. No, it's not. I thought it was a relic. No, this is a relic. So can I do a break of the Batman? Oh, the animated series? Is that based off of the new animated series or the one that's on, what is that, on Prime right now? Okay, the original. Well, the question, I'd have to take a look at it and see, what the breakdown's like. I honestly didn't look at it at all. I saw it on there because I saw they had Superman Ultra, I think also is coming out. But being an Upper Deck product, it's hard to say if I could even do it on Blowout. Might have to try and do it on the Facebook group and then hope that there's enough interest in the Facebook group. Because I think I checked, because I was checking that for the Jurassic Park set too. But I think Dave and Adams only had boxes for sale, not cases. What kind of stuff is in that set, Russell? I mean, I would think it'd be good for sketches. Um, didn't the voice actor from Batman, didn't he recently pass away? Since it's Upper Deck, I'm gonna guess it's probably the same general format that a lot of their other stuff is. So if there's, you know, auto sketch and plates, then you probably, you get 2 hits on average per box. So it'll be, you know, well, it's animated, so um, with the autos, I would think they'd be a lot easier to come by. So there's probably some sort of a manufactured hit where you get one of the auto sketch plates, and then there'll be some kind of a metal card or a plexiglass would be a good hit for an animated series. We'll do this one first. VR22. Oh wow, autos are a case hit. WR6. Well, they usually push PMGs. That's always been their thing. I will do this one. Ruby Ali. And Ruby Ali and Fola Evans Akingbola duel. Both tops, or excuse me, Fanatics and Upper Deck push parallels like crazy. I don't mind parallels, but there has to be a limit to how many they put into a product. Well, that's when you got into the tier 4s. I know it's worth more than what I sold it for, but I had the gold signature of Deadpool from 16. Oh, relic. But yeah, people would go for the orange or the purple because they couldn't afford the true base versions. I mean, I was looking at the parallels for some of the Marvel sets that came out, the Chrome. I guess it was Chrome. there's got to be 20 parallels. How you doing tonight, Bob? Oh, there is a chance at a third duel. All right, let's start here. WR10. R10. In this case, we got the kit relic auto. Fola Evans Akingbola. It's better than a normal. Jessica Henwick autograph printing plate. I felt the soft sleeve. I was like, I thought it was our sketch. Well, unless I missed it, and I mean, I'll go back to make sure, obviously. We better have the auto poster and sketch in this last box. Well, unfortunately, no box topper. I was really hoping. Uh, I do not feel a soft sleeve in here at all, which would mean no sketch. Junk autograph number 1. Correct. I have to, Vinny. 20 boxes. I mean, excuse me, Bob. 20 boxes. Takes forever. I'm just happy I'm gonna. This will be the fastest of the 3. Well, let's hope I'm just not. I just missed feeling a soft sleeve, and there really is one in here. But yes, this is box. Oh no! Wait a minute. Oh, I screwed up, Vinny. That last box I opened, the one with the printing plate auto, that was box. I just tossed it. 200 whatever. 246. I went out of order. So you were correct. That box had a bigger hit in it. I think that means we'll get the auto poster in here, and we're not going to get a sketch because we got the dragon glass. Whoever said that, I guess, is correct. Well, Rittenhouse hand packs out their stuff, so it honestly makes sense. You know, however they have their stuff numbered, that they know that whatever, the numbering is. I was really betting on a Maisie. That is correct, Rob. Well, it should be in one of these last packs unless I missed it and it's back in one of the boxes, which is entirely possible. But I'll go back through them. I mean, I know where they are right behind me. Hopefully I didn't. me just make sure that the three posters I have, one of those isn't autographed and I missed it. Let's just get these done. We got R6. QC14. Toby Osmond full bleed. And at least we end with something decent. Natalie Dormer sigil. Let me just make sure these are not signed and they are all numbered out of 75. Okay, so if there is a poster auto, I missed it. I will go back through the base cards. I'm not going to do it now, while I've got this on camera because it'll take forever. I didn't see it, but it's entirely possible that I missed it. I mean, they're not guaranteed one a case, but they should pretty much fall one a case. All right, let's get through our quick rundown. So we had three posters. Our case topper was CT3. We got an Artifacts of House Lannister, a House Tully printing plate, Dragon Glass insert of Shay, numbered 7 of 15. A whole bunch of relics. I'm not going to go back through them. We got a Jessica Henwick autograph printing plate. Stasnair blue, Toby Sebastian blue, Raymond Griffiths blue, Kate Dickey blue. Our two duels, Ruby Ali, Paula Evans, Akingbola, and Finn Jones and Gethin Anthony. Bordered, Luke Roberts, Brendan Cavill, Fenton McKeon. We only got one inscription in the whole case. I think the other cases had two, maybe. Vola Evans, Akingbola, Game of Thrones. The quotables, Gethin Anthony, Kay Alexander, Ellie Kendrick, Stephen Cole. The legacy versions, Brennick O'Connor, Gemma Whelan, Joe Dempsey, Isaac Hempstead Wright, Jacob Anderson, Jessica Henwick, Finn Jones. We got a gold of Joseph Alton. Full bleed, Toby Osmond, Fola Evans, Akingbola, Ruby Ali, Diogo Sales, Sybil Kakili, Finbar Lynch, Hannah Murray, Ramin Djawadi, if that's how you pronounce it, the composer, Trixabel Harrowell. Sigils, Mark Risman, Ricky Champ, Diobia, Oparai, Evalio Dimitrov, and Natalie Dormer. Last autograph we pulled. That one's a decent one. Our relic autos, Ellie Kendrick, Keisha Castle Hughes, and our Kit Harrington. Okay, thank you very much. Like I said, I'll go back through the base cards and see if I missed a poster auto. I don't think I did, but fingers crossed I did, and it's in there, because that'll just be one more hit we have. I've got to get a lot of sorting and pictures and lists done for these two cases. There's a lot to go through. I'll get it done as soon as I can. over on Blowout, Star Trek Connections and Leaf Red Carpet. The Star Trek Connections is almost full. I'll update that list this weekend, hopefully. And the Leaf Red Carpet doesn't look like it's going to happen. I think there's only like 2 picks taken, but we'll see. Fingers crossed something picks up on that. And if there's anything you want to have me break, send me a message. You can message me on here, on Blowout, on Facebook. You know the deal. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all on the next break, and I'm sure it won't be this year. So happy holidays, everybody. I'll see you later.